are doing a little video of the Laws Railroad Museum. It's just a little bit, about 11 miles from Bishop, California. This is where the old Laws station was, railroad station, which I used to watch the railroad engine go up and down the road when I was young. We're going over here in the area. San Francisco, 506.8 miles. Elevation 4,115 feet. Looking out here in these old buildings. Western Union Telegraph Office. Waiting room. I remember when this was still going. I mean, commercially. It went until April of 1960. We'll go around the different areas here. They said they're working on the rail cars right now. Maryland's over here waiting in the shade. You want to say hi to Maryland? Yeah. All right. We'll go over here. Laws Railroad Station. Placed on the National Register of Historic Places. 1883, the Carson and Colorado Railroad was built between Mound House near Carson City, Nevada, to Laws to Keeler, California, a distance of 300 miles. Laws Station was named in honor of Mr. R.J. Laws, Assistant Superintendent of the railroad between 1883 and about 1950. This railroad provided the only dependable means of transportation in and out of Owens Valley. Train service was stopped on April the 30th, 1960. And I came here in 1953. So that's, I had 7 years of, well, it was still running. The old telegraph room. And as some of you know, I'm a telegraph operator. I can run that thing. Sitting over there, you can hear it ticking. The clickers. Oilers for oiling. Railroad irons and locks. Southern Pacific Company freight brakeman. Some of the old tickets. The railroad telegraph is a little different than Morse code. to Keeler is 70.4 miles. Number 17. Some of the old railroad spikes. This is the waiting room here. That's where you bought your tickets. There's an old caboose stove with the two plate caps on top of it. Southern Pacific Company. The old clocks. If you look on the YouTube site, you'll get to ride with us as we went on number 18. There's old number 9 right there. Thomas and Dakota and Jimmy and Gary used to get up there and ring that bell. Sunset Route by rail, see to New York. Southern Pacific. Carrizo Gorge. Another big stove. "80 years, Inyo's Concentrates went to market over the last narrow gauge common carrier west of the Rockies, the Slim Princess." It began in nowhere and ended in nowhere. If you looked at my house, you'll see some of these railroad lanterns and everything. I have some. Oh, there we go. Flat belly rat. U.S. number 1, Idaho Jim, Idaho potatoes. There's another story up there. More milk cans. And oil cans too. They were all about the same. Some toy trains there. I'm sure they're very collectible. Here's a scale for weighing your freight. A steam engine. I actually used to work on those. When I worked at Sunland Refinery, I was a mechanic, off and on at times, and I worked on steam engines because we had a lot of them. There's another toy train exhibit. Looking out here. Looks like they're maintaining these houses. They've put a lot of houses in here again. Model Railroad. Lionel. Lionel electric trains. Some of the old equipment, those ice tongs, I have some of them hanging on my front porch. I used to use some of this equipment in Sunland Refinery when we had to load railroad tank cars. There's where the railroad used to go. All the way from Keeler, all the way up. It went up to Montgomery Pass. It went to Candelaria, all over the place. The roads were going all the way to Tonopah and Goldfield at that time also. Old railroad ties. And there's the jacks. You could lift a house with those things, and a train to repair the wheels and bearings. There's the thing where you move the wheels. You have to scoot them around. I had to scoot them around out there to load them. Sunland Refinery. Well, now that's an ice cream maker right there. Old Hab truck. Them the old hand trucks and carts around here. There's a scale like we've got at home. Some of you might have seen it. And just about exactly like the one we have at home, Fairbanks Morse scale. Mine's more like this one over here. But the wheels are gone off of mine. Mine's just exactly like this one. Looking out here, number 9 used to be parked right there. Thomas and Dakota and Jimmy and Gary get on it and ring the bell. And I've got a picture of them sitting in those little things there, looking out the doors, looking down through here. Whole little village, like it used to be in the old days. Let's go down here. We may not get everything here today, but we will see some of the things. An old Crover Raven over there. Here's some of the things. A little old store like we used to have a long time ago. Big bucks, like I used to see on White Mountain so many years ago. Swiss and American cheese in boxes. The old fly sprayers. Coffee grinders. Old lamps up there. Irons and flat irons. We've got a coal-fired flat iron at home too. There's the general store, the way it was. There was one in Big Pine. Pioneer Hardware. They had one of those in Bakersfield. Skis up there. Carnation malted milk. There is a gasoline-fired stove, a flat iron, and a bottle capper over there. For taking bottles and putting bottle caps on them. We got one of them too.
It's called a camera. Where is the camera?
In the old store. There's an old plow. Cultivator. Had one of those too. I don't think we got it anymore. Siamese twin lambs. They had one of these just like that at Bakersfield High School. These twin lambs were born dead on the Ed Mallett Ranch in Bishop, California. I have to shut that phone off while I'm doing this. The brands here. Here's this phone. And it's not cooperating. That fella Scotty. One of Scotty's hats. Some of the brands in this area. Old hearse. Some of the saddles. That one's got some good swells on it. That's an old bear trap saddle there. Or like a bear trap. Side saddle. I rode a saddle like that for many years right there. Some of the horseshoes and more of the brands here. That's a real nice saddle. That's from the 50s there. That looks like a cutting horse saddle there. These are center fires. Some of these old saddles are center fires. That's a center fire there. Center fire had cinch was pretty much in the center. Some of the shafts. Old hearse here. Well, that's a roping saddle there. Lester Klein. Lester Klein's saddle. World-class bronc rider. Those are bucking rolls on the front of that. I had a saddle like that and I had bucking rolls on it. Woolly chaps. A little 3-point deer. Another saddle. Genevieve Curry. That was the saddle she rode. She was Queen of the Bishop, homecoming Labor Day 1940. That goes back a little bit before me, slightly. Slightly. Some of the old bits. Hackamores. Spurs and more bits. I got a bit just like that. Barbed wire.
You small sheets.
Horse collars. Old ore buckets and wheels. I got a wheelbarrow just like that one over there, except mine's in better shape. One with a steel wheel. There's no push mower. Post office. Well, you can see in there or not, maybe. A little bit. Stove house. Looks like a printing press there. Reliance, manufactured by Paul Underground Company, Chicago. Oh, there's a stove there. 2 stoves, 3 stoves. The Majestic Manufacturing Company. There's a little. Oh, this house is open. Wood burning cook stoves, which I have 6 myself. Chimney sweep. I've got a stove just like that one down in Bakersfield, California. It's at my son's house, a Glenwood. Kalamazoo, Royal Oak, Regal Oak. Some others there. There's another stove, that might be a Glenwood too. Some of the old lanterns. Snowshoes, elkhorn. Now this was a stove house, that interests me. Old something that was taxidermied there in that little house. That's a Majestic. 6 caps. That one's 4. Here we go again. Printing shop, it looks like. Now this is a print shop. In your register. This is a print shop and printing. See if they got a mimeograph. That's like a mimeograph there. I had one of them I used to run. I had a couple of my relatives that were typesetters. I think Marilyn did too. That became a thing of the past. Cultivators and the spike tooth harrow, well bucket, size. That was no part of an old planter, I think. Pioneer building. This old house was moved to Laws from Bishop. It was built in 1920. There's the bathtub, which I took a bath in one just like that. Straight razors, which I still can shave with occasionally. I got a Singer sewing machine just like that one over there. And here's some rifles. Oh, that's like trapdoor Springfields there. Another trapdoor Springfield up there. Old pistols. It looks like a Springfield trapdoor rifle there. Some Remington rolling blocks, double barrel shotguns. There's a scabbard for a Model 12 Winchester shotgun. Right there. Votes for women. That's World War I helmet, World War II. My grandfather was in World War I. Marilyn's father was in World War I. Edison. We had a crank-up record player like that in Fish Lake Valley when we were young. It's a beautiful piano, parlor piano. Old guitar, violins and mandolins. That was very popular a long time ago. That guitar there is pretty old. Unicycle. Snowshoes for horses. Horse snowshoes. Oh, this is a Briscoe and Hines. 1956, and that one goes back to 80. That one goes back to the birth of Christ, right way over there, and it goes way back beyond that. The birth of Christ, way there. Rome founded. BC 1000, the Trojan Wars. BC 2200. That's how old that tree is. Schulam. I lived in Fish Lake Valley when Schulam had discovered those trees in 1958. There's old phones. We got some ringer phones also. I lived in Fish Lake Valley. We had Oasis #1, one long and two shorts. Only phone in Fish Lake Valley. Teletype machines. Maryland used to run those. She worked for the telephone company and ran those teletype machines. Lafayette. 8-track players. Old radios. Philco, Zenith, Emerson. I didn't see this before. These antique radios. I still run tubes in some of my radios, several of them. Homemade radios with parts supplied by Heathkit. Table radios, Crossley 1922, single circuit regenerated radio. Very few were built because if not properly tuned, they upset radios blocks away. Ham shortwave amplifier. Early models, stereo high fidelity portable radio test equipment. Radio wavelength tester. De jour dictating machine. I got a de jour watch also. Combination of radio and phonograph. We had those. All right, let's go out. Briscoe and Pine things were really interesting. I can hear some of these old 257 Roberts, 30-06, 3840 Winchester. I need to bring some of these old things to them over here. There's 2520s and stuff. 4570s. All the way from cap and ball. Little potty chair. Hand crank sewing machine. Let's go down here a little further now. More ore buckets. We got one of them, that's for digging ditches. Right there. And there's another one of those old steel wheel, some of them were Studebakers. Part of an ore bucket there, chain. Go in this building here. Let's see what we got in here. We got old cars. Oh boy, look at that. Look like a Model T or something. (1926) Chrysler. Radio dispatcher. Fire truck. (1947) white truck. (1947). I was around back then. That shows you how old I am. Wooden spoke wheels. I used to have to water the wheels down on some of those old things. I don't know what. That's a horseless carriage. Water, gas, and oil. I don't know what that car is over there. Oh. Go check on Marilyn. She's calling me. Are you talking to me on the phone? Marilyn?
Yes.
Okay, I'm still going. I'm maybe another 30 minutes. Why?
Oh, well, is there a restaurant?
Yes, there is. It's quite a ways in here.
Where is
It's quite a ways in here.
it? I can't go.
I can come and get you if you want me to. I'm recording right now.
Well, you go ahead and record.
Okay.
I just wondered if there was one close by.
No, let me, I'll come and get you in a few minutes, okay? Bye-bye. The phone answered itself. Little miniature fire truck. Medical offices. Optometrist, barber, physician, dentist. The barber shop. What's an old barber chair there? razor strops, which I have some. Well, there's a different razor strop over there. And straight razors. I'd hate to be shaping one of them. They don't look like they're in too good a shape. Okay, here is the dentist chair, it looks like. Plenty of medical books. Optometrist. Some of the old tools they used on things. Oh, here's all kinds of Dr. C.L. Scott. All kinds of medical tools. Gallstones and bladder stone. I used to operate those syringes like that in the old days. That's a dentist here. Dental tools. It's the stuff to make fillings out of. Bishop Drugstore. Films developed. Almost every drugstore developed films also. Look at all of this. This is when they used to compounding pharmacies. They actually made their own stuff. There's the scales. Over-the-counter drugs. The old scales. From the neat old building here. That's a sterilizing unit. I used to have to sterilize my syringes when I was giving shots to animals. Go over here. Number 13 building. Seamstress. Oh, and a curling machine. Electric hair curlers. Look at that's old. Beauty parlor. Beautiful quilts. baby shoes and baby moccasins. Textile building, front porch pillars. Alright. I had a lot of these clothes. Marilyn's mother had a lot of this stuff. They're very wealthy. Part of the old railroad cars. Probably I saw some of them going up and down the road back in those days. I'll turn this off for now. Old outhouses, which I grew up with. Railroad crossing, look out for the locomotive. The old cattle cars. We'll walk down here. A little bit further, and then I have to go back and get Marilyn. That's a caboose there. It's not at the end of the train at this time though. Looks like it's got a caboose. Stove in it also. It also had Aladdin lamps. Some of the old equipment here. Looked like a blacksmith shop over there. Some houses. These look all locked up here. There's a water well. You've seen some of this stuff on the other video when we were riding the number 18. Let's see if there's anything down here. The old tracks, switch tracks. We rode up and down these tracks quite a little bit. Now let's see what we have here. Appliance repair. Let's see. Let's look at this and then we'll go down there. Oh, there's a mandel. Marilyn used to run one of those. Look at that. That's an ironing machine right there. Commercial ironing machine. Marilyn had one of those that she ironed the sheets with when they lived in Los Angeles. We have got a washing machine just exactly like that one. Just like that one. Ours isn't pink. I think you've seen me give a washing demonstration with that one. There's the old ice boxes and refrigerators of yesteryear. White rotary. Mixers, all kinds of stuff. Some of the early gas stoves. There's another wood stove burning cook stove, and there's another little one right there. I think I need to set up a Well, those are early washing machines there. Some of those had gasoline engines on them. We had one like that when we lived in Fish Lake Valley. Had a gasoline engine on it. Round oak. That's a round oak. There's an old kitchen cabinet there with a flour dispenser. There's a ice box like we used to have. Put ice over there on one side. A butter churn. Flat irons. A little bit smoking device.
What's this supposed to be? What's this supposed to be, Dad?
These are old appliances. Washers, stoves.
There's an old bench. Engine house. There's number 9 down there. That's the one the kids used to play on. And the old water towers. That looks like a mill over there. And we'll look at this. It's an old boxcar there. They used to use a lot of wood up in this country. Build houses, but mostly for mining. Those are steam pipes. Death Valley Railroad. Death Valley car. Death Valley Railroad. We'll go in here and
front end is at the other end.
okay. The engine's on the other end?
Yeah,
Yeah. So that, can we go up in there?
yeah.
Okay. All right. The Death Valley car. This is where they operated it.
We had this car out this morning for practice run training some of the one of our operators.
Boy, I remember this old stuff.
What's that?
I remember this old style stuff
Yeah.
when I was a kid. This is the one that ran to Death Valley?
Yeah, this car ran. We have pictures of it when it was
From Keeler or where?
No, it ran from Death Valley Junction to Ryan, which was a
Oh, okay.
Max mining camp.
Death Valley Junction to
Ryan
Ryland. Okay.
never went in the valley.
Not over here. Not in Owen Valley.
No,
Yeah.
it never went in Death Valley either.
Yeah. Boy, you got in good shape. Looked like it was when it was running. I'm
Well,
sure.
it still runs.
It still runs. What engine does it have in it?
Well, it has a modern diesel engine in it now.
A what?
Yeah. The old engines we have it on display.
Oh, okay. What was it, the old engine?
It was a four-cylinder gasoline engine.
4-cylinder gasoline. And what does it have in it now?
It has a six-cylinder diesel in it. now.
6-cylinder diesel. Okay. That's pretty neat. I love the beautiful woodwork in here. I remember those things. They were taking those electric cars, those old cars down in Bakersfield, and they were taking them out on the farms, and they were using them for workers' quarters and stuff.
Well, that's what happened to this car. The Death Valley Railroad shut down in 1930, and this car was bought in 1927
Oh,
for tourists. And so when they shut down the railroad in 1930, they moved all of the railroad equipment to Carlsbad, New Mexico.
oh,
And this car was used to haul miners to a mine then.
oh, then they moved it to there, huh?
And then they did that for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Then they just let it sit. And it was pretty well deteriorated. We have a picture of it
Oh,
the day it came to the museum.
thank you very much.
Good thing. Watch your step.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was our 401. That's the one, I forgot.
Here's the picture.
That is the
What's that?
Car,
401 that you
the day it arrived at the museum.
Oh,
In 1967.
oh boy. It left a lot to be desired, didn't it?
And then it sat outside for 30 years
Yeah.
before we found the money to restore it.
Now that one there, that is a,
That's number 9. And
Number 9.
That picture was taken in 1959.
1959.
The last, when it was,
The last, it was still running in 61.
well,
Did they shut it down in 59 or?
yeah, they shut it down after. They were using it, the diesel, they had the diesel locomotive then.
Yeah.
And it was in the shop and they were using this one.
I remember when it was going up and down the road. Our friend used to ride them from Montgomery Pass this way to Bishop and go to town. He'd jump on the flat car or something,
Yeah.
Hank Patterson. I don't know whether you know these names or not.
That's the original engine.
That's the original engine, okay. Overhead.
And it's like you're in this bubble. You have the Milky Way, and all of a sudden it's black. And then it turns into another
425 cubic inches.
Well, we are gonna.
Boy, 71 horsepower.
We went out in the passage. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I used to have to load railroad cars at Sunland Refinery.
What's that?
I used to have to load railroad cars at Sunland Refinery with diesel and fuel oil and everything, and there was a lot of Sunland stations up here. There was one there, Mather Sunland, in Independence. I knew the Mathers for years ago. Of course, it's a taco stand or something now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take care now.
Okay, you too.
Old blacksmith shop over there. I guess I ought to walk by there. That was old equipment from when I was a kid. Boy, makes me feel old. I remember when this stuff was running. I am old. of equipment like this. I had a Tokine, 1908 Tokine gas pump just like that. Like a Model T maybe. Yep, I think that's a Model T. Massey Harris. That's before Massey Ferguson. And we'll go down here. The wooden smoke wheels. They would clatter on the corners. Clickety click. A little bit of everything. You got carpenter tools here. All kinds of stuff. Old hammers. Some of this stuff is horseshoe stuff. Carpentry. Here we go. There's part of an old forge over there. Oh, I had some of this stuff. Blacksmith shop. There's a forge, another forge, another forge. Cutting tools, shears. There's a big bellows, some little bellows. Some of the wheels like we have, grinding wheels. Our grinding wheel come from the WPA. Franklin Roosevelt was president. Old tongs, we got some of them too. There's a forge. Oh, I used to have one of those grinding wheels like that. I don't know what happened to it. I used to do all kinds of repairing these things. Some of it was wood and some of it was because of the wooden wheels. That's a Studebaker wheel there. They had steel and reinforcements on them. Drills and saws, drill presses. There's another forge. Now let's get up here. 20 mule team borax wagons and farm wagons display barn. Wagon display center. Oh boy. That's what they used to throw out to go up in the trains. Oh boy, look at this. I didn't even know this was here. Wagon wheels. Wagon wheel repair. Chuck wagon. There's a lot of this old stuff when I was a kid still here. Still working. Oh, there's a lot of those old flatbeds. Like that. There's a buckboard. All kinds of these. I had one of these. Oh boy. I can even smell these old things like they used to be. That old wood. There's a tractor. Steel wheel tractor. Wind charger. Look at that. 1918 Samson's Sieve grip tractor. There they are. The big wheels, boy, those carried a lot of weight. Schoolhouse entrance. Over there, I'm gonna go down here. Well, there's an old church built or West Bishop School. They must have moved that here. North Indio School building. Yeah. Round oak stove. The original desk that went to the Dyer School. I gave it to my son. I don't know what he did with it. Old round wick lamps. I didn't know this was here. 1893 to 1941. Maudie Truscott. Old school weld. Ring bells at your own risk. Hearing damage may occur. All right, here we go. Back there, lots of old milk cans, and some of the milk cans were oil cans back in those days. Right here, I put down some quarters and nickels on this track, and number 9 and number 18 ran over them and flattened them out. Right there is where it happened. There's where Thomas and Dakota played when they were little. I think I can. Thomas the little train. Here we go. All lights up there. We'll shut her off here.